One of the greatest inventions of all time are cheese slices. And when you're growing up, there are certain things you assume you just buy, you can't make. It's like, oh, I see it in the store, it's in these packets, I can't make it. Well, that is actually bullcrap. So it turns out I figured out a genius way to make cheese slices. Not only cheese slices, but you can make cow cheese slices, you can even make vegan cheese slices. So you can use almond milk, you can use soy milk, it all works the same, whatever you want to do.
That's the best part about this recipe.
The only thing that you need to know is that there's one special ingredient, it's called agar-agar, A-G-A-R, A-G-A-R. Sometimes it's called agar powder. And this stuff is amazing. If you like gelatin, this stuff is so much better. You put it in anything, bring it up to a boil, and when it cools, it hardens. And the cool part about it is when it reheats, it stays a jelly until it gets super hot. It's made from seaweed, so it doesn't have like cow gelatin and all that stuff. It's all
better
natural.
than Jell-O and it's natural.
And I would just buy, it's not that expensive, just buy some. You can put it in anything. You can do the coolest gels. You can make these little gels. Anyhow, I figured out using it, you can make cheese slices. All you do, take a little bit of milk here. And the ratios actually are not all that important. And I add some cream. And the importance of the cream is it just kind of keeps it together because sometimes the milk just wants to separate. And then you just start to bring that up slowly over medium heat to a boil, constantly stirring because that avoids the burnage. Now what I can do at this point while that's heating up is take about around a tablespoon of agar-agar. It depends how much liquid you have. The more you add, the more gel-like it will be. But this what this reminds me is if you've ever had the Kraft singles, the Kraft single slices or Velveeta, that's what you get. And what you can do too is you can take if you really like mac and cheese, like that powdered stuff, you can put that in there too and make mac and cheese slices. So this is just about to boil. Again, very important to constantly stir or you will burn it. And what happens is once it gets to a boil, that agar gets activated.
Oh, it's thickening,
through
that's
the gel.
for sure.
So it's gonna thicken. Now I just turn the heat off.
We
and now dump all the cheese.
All of the cheese, so one packet of shredded cheese.
Yeah, we got about a cup of milk, half a cup of cream, tablespoon or so of the agar. Now the cheese is just gonna go ahead and give itself a melt. It's in there, why not just go ahead and melt? And you wanna melt until it's fully uniform. No heat. Mike, maybe just hit me with a little bit of salt.
Oh yeah, the salt to bring out the flavors.
And it's funny, you taste it, because whatever this tastes like, it's gonna be the hot version of whatever your cheese is.
What about these puppies? I see you got some greenage over here.
Go ahead and add them.
We got some jalapenos, and this is the cool part about making your own cheese. You can add vegetables to it. You can add spices. You can add meat cheese, whatever you want.
I did chipotle. I added diced up chipotles. Made a chipotle cheese. I used actually almond milk, like unsweetened almond milk, and that was incredible. Since the agar-agar is in here, basically what you're doing is you're making a cheese sauce, and as soon as it cools down, it's going to jellify.
So we got options.
There are options here. There are many options. If you just want to do thin cheese slices, you can get a plate like this. You kind of just do that, and if you want to sort of swivel that around. And the cool thing about this plate is it's got little edges, and to me it's kind of like the perfect cheese slice. So just make it as thin as you can. If you put it in your fridge or your freezer, it will harden in seconds. So if you take a little ramekin and you pour in the cheese, what's gonna happen, this will take longer to harden, but you're gonna have a cheese wheel, which I think is kind of cool. You cut it up, you got sort of like that baby cow, baby bell, whatever cheese, you slice it thin, you can sort of probably
So make your own cheese, make your own shapes, this is fun.
And the final thing you can do is if you take
3 options
on the parchment paper, like so, and just kind of go like that, you can sort of make whatever the hell kind of shape you want. So everything is cooled, and this is the cool part. What you do,
we've solidified here.
So it is a little more delicate than those cheese slices, although those cheese slices are pretty damn delicate.
Yeah.
And I know it might seem weird, you're putting gelatin essentially in cheese, but if you think about what's in those cheese slices, there's all kinds of stuff making it keep it that way. So to me, it's just a cool way. You get to do it at home, you get to control the flavor, you get to put in anything you want. Your friends will be impressed. Put this on a sandwich.
This is the first time I've seen it.
Even, this is an old one. This was an almond milk cheese, so
pop that right here, let's see.
Just pop it out, you have this little cheese wheel thing.
I kind of want to try this almond milk cheese. Look at this. We got
there you go.
Jalapeno cheddar cheese slices. That did not take long. That's awesome right there.
Put it on tortilla, and that's where this guy comes in. Now, of course, you can do whatever you want, but
this guy's always bringing out the torch.
I prefer just this thing. Hey, Mike. Good night, I lost a brother. So the cool thing about this stuff is that once it cools, it gels, but you can heat it really high and it's not just gonna fall apart. Most gelatin, when you heat it, will just fall apart. This stuff is actually gonna stay together.
Here, you wanna do a test? You wanna flame that?
Yeah, I don't think so. But the cool thing is, check this out. If I take some heat to it though, it's going to eventually melt when it gets hot enough. So I can get like this flame grilled cheese. Put this under a broiler, toast a bagel, whatever you want.
Fold
and then
that over.
It melts again.
Grilled cheese, quesadilla, whatever the hell you wanna call it.
So simple, so easy, delicious, control the flavor. Homemade cheeses, you've never seen it before. I've looked up recipes. No one else has done this. I promise you it's gonna throw people off and freak them out and they're gonna get excited. You get to make your own cheese. Congratulations for watching this. Subscribe, like the video, share it with the world. People wanna know how to make their homemade cheese slices. Buy agar-agar powder, I'll describe it in the description.